Welcome to DPV. I'm Josh, and today we have got an exciting episode. We're going to be putting the freshly built AMC 360 in the Big Chief. Hopefully, doing that first fire up, getting the exhaust hooked up, and breaking in that cam. I am so excited. It's going to be awesome to have a few extra ponies under the hood. So, first thing we got to do, pull these headers off. I just got a couple bolts on them. Get this thing on the cherry picker, and then get the flex plate on. And then I think we're gonna need to pull this hood because it was pretty tight getting the engine out. Like my cherry picker was hitting the hood, so I think let's go ahead and pull this hood real quick. Give ourselves a little bit more room. Gosh. I am so excited for this. It's gonna be awesome. All right, let's get after it. Whew. Well, that is kind of a pain by yourself, but man, it is a thing of beauty. Gosh, I'm excited. I've got all the flex plate bolts on. I've got bell housing bolts on. Oh, it is good. Man, I'm excited. So that's all I got time for at the moment. I'm going to be taking a couple weeks off for a little vacation and work. But this episode will not be over until we attempt to fire this thing. So when I get back, we'll be busting through all the accessories, getting the wiring straightened out. I'm gonna order my alternator, and I think I might get a set of gauges. I don't know how reliable these factory gauges are, and they don't have like numbers on them. So it'd be good to have, you know, a voltmeter, oil pressure, temp. So might order a set of those tonight as well. All right, got a few hours before work. I'm gonna try to get a little done here on the Jeep. I got some help coming to get this sucker fired up. So I think what we're gonna do is try to cut that. It must have been an old bump stop for the top of the diff, but it doesn't line up anymore. So get that cut out of there and get the exhaust cut back. So we can put the headers on, get the starter in. Whew. Let's get after it. All right, had to go pick up some high temp RTV. We got that because on the Hedman header instructions, got to put a thin layer on both sides of the gasket. So what I'm going to do, see how this is slotted for the bolt. I'm going to put that thin layer on both sides of the gasket and then just drop the gasket down from the top. So I'll get this front and rear bolt started on the headers, and that should be real helpful. This side's done. One thing you got to remember to do is pop out all the little holes here. So, because otherwise you end up making a big mess on your engine because you got to pull the thing out again to pop those out. You know, sometimes I don't know how I'm a doctor. It just doesn't make sense. All right, I'm gonna get this other side buttoned up, and then we'll work on the accessories. All right, well, I got to call it a night. Didn't do a ton of filming because it's just not that exciting. The exciting part's gonna be when we fire this sucker up. But got some of the accessories back on. Took me a little bit to remember how to freaking hook up the alternator. That's not the alternator I'm using, but got the radiator kind of just setting here. Headers are in. So a little bit more to button up here with the cooling system. Lots of work to do, but we'll get her done. All right, I'll see ya in a couple weeks. All right, today is the day. We're gonna try to start this thing up. Show you where I'm at. So far, got, I think most of the holes plugged on the top of the motor. Got to figure out, you know, where I'm going to run some of the vacuum lines. There isn't too many things running off vacuum anymore. So I've got the kick down for the tranny back there, and I'm going to have to run something for vacuum advance, either here or off the carb. I'll talk to Chris about that, figure out which is the best. Got this water thing plugged. And I had to put new studs in for the carb, so that's all on. I'm going to get the carb on now. There's the new alternator, 140 amp Summit brand. And I had to drill this hole out for this bigger bolt, so that was a little unnerving, but that's okay. Yeah, so get the carb on, get the fuel system hooked up. I got all the coolant system hooked up. Lots of work to do. It's kind of hard for me to film right now because I'm just trying to get stuff done for when Chris gets here. Chris is going to come help me with the fire up and cam break in, but I will definitely start the camera for the exciting stuff. All right, fuel system's a go. So now I bought a little gauge cluster here from Summit. Oh man, this place is getting messy. We got oil, bolts, water temp, and it's all mechanical. So gotta figure out how this probe works, figure out where I'm gonna put that. And for right now, we're just going to hook this up in the engine compartment, just sitting on the fender well. So on startup, we can see how everything's going. And then I'll end up mounting it on the dash. So let's figure out how to hook up this oil and water temp. All right, for the oil pressure, it uses this tubing here that actually connects to the oil system and will have oil in it and push pressure to the gauge. And so I just got to put this fitting on the block. On the tubing, it just has this little cone and this little nut here that crimps the tubing to the fitting, and the back side of the gauge looks like that as well. So pretty easy. All right, Chris is here, and I got the exhaust hooked up. It's ugly, but it's kind of temporary until I get the doubler in, and I'll reroute the exhaust. Chris is hooking up the motor mounts, starter wire in. We're getting close here. I gotta run and grab a few parts. The temp sending unit, I need an adapter for it. Chris got the filler tube in. All right, we are getting real close now. Getting ready to prime the oil system now. We're not able to get the right fitting to run our temp sensor, so we're running the factory temp gauge for now. But now we're at the point where prime the oil system, find top dead center, set the distributor, put the plugs in, and I think we're ready, huh?
Yeah, we're getting really close. We're getting so close I can smell it.
Coming up.
What do we got?
There's 40. There's 50.
Good.
Holding at 50. Oh, it just bumped up to 55.
Yeah, once it gets all the air out of it, it'll get up to about 65, 80, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's 58.
You got some plywood right there.
Yep.
Okay, you want to grab the red? Okay, so we had a water leak. That was an easy fix. I like it. I'll call that good for now. Whew. Keep going. Oh. Okay, just do it. Give it a bump. Okay, one more time. Okay, right there. Stop. Okay. Now we need to get something to turn it from the front pulley or the. Or. Okay. Now back the other way. Okay, now come up and look at your timing mark of winning. Oh, we gotta hook the distributor.
Oh. Why don't we have spark?
Dude. Hiding your tools from you. Okay, go for it. Okay. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Let's try it again.
Ready?
Yep.
Well, today was a day of pain, not victory. Dang it. Pretty sure we lost the cam. So there's several of these that are loose. Most likely lost the cam, but could be a bad batch of lifters. I'm gonna pull the intake next chance I get and check out the lifters. If the lifters are bad, then we'll just change the oil, put new lifters in it, and go from there. But most likely I'll be pulling the dang motor again. Gosh, this sucks. It sounded good when it was running though. So that's it for this episode. If you want to support the channel, we got merch on Teespring. Link is in the description below. You can save money on your meds via Arc Spark. Link to that is in the description below as well. You can shop on Amazon via any of the links in the description. And last but not least, just like, share, and subscribe. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Wheel it, wreck it, wrench it, repeat. See you next time.